call the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Lou, Rex, Pam Ray, Naomi, Afasiana, Babbler, Monarch Soul, Jojo, Gray Eyes, Fillmyeyes. Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shit, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near, and the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft door dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whispering the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. Then the art of seduction walks soft through the smoke, silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up straight and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way, when the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, oh hun, the fear, that thing with no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart, and rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. There's a pulse with a pen, there's a blood with a nickel, there's a breath with a backbone, ink for the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom, the line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft door dim. lips past polite. We tell the truth. LNP, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fillmyeyes and IntimidusRex poetry. Hope everybody had a wonderful week, or as best you could have, and I hope everyone has a better weekend to follow. Hey, Rex, what's happening?
Not much. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Oh, wait, I'm hearing myself somewhere else. I'm going to find myself. Oh, no. What is happening? I think I need to refresh. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, enough hearing myself now. Okay, give me a second.
Uh-oh. Hey, tapping out already? Come on, Aaron. Where's that famous one-liner coming in? Mutations on board.
I still hear myself. What is that? Hang on, I gotta check my settings. Here. Something's just playing. Where are you? Where am I? Oh my gosh, Rex, I didn't even see us up there. Oh my God, it's going to be really nice. Okay.
Wait a minute. I'll go. I'll come back.
No, I think it was me. Yeah. Huh. Well, where is he? I have no idea. I don't even see myself. This is going to be very weird. Hello, Rex. I don't get it. Well, I don't see either one of us on stage, so we're just going to have to pretend like we're here.
I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
Now I got echo.
See, I had echo too, but I don't have it now. But I had also gone into my mic settings and I told it to echo cancellation. I had that on. I don't know, but I turned it off and my echo went away. Go figure.
There you go. That sounds better.
They say I'm faint and you have an echo. I don't know. But he's been there and gone, so I don't know. Oh, he says we're better now.
Yeah, whatever you did, it's better.
Okay, very good. Very good. I would still like to know why we're not visible. That is so weird. I have not seen
No one's home, but the lights are on.
Yeah, right. What is up with that? Oh my God. That is so weird. But anyway, how are you today, Rex?
Good. What's cooking?
Nothing. I didn't even cook tonight. Not at all. Nope. My son ordered out. We had sandwiches and pizza. And that was it.
That works.
Yep. That was my Friday night. Woohoo! Party time. Yes. So listen, we have Laurent here, so I assume I have to pick him up because I don't know. I assume he's asked to, or I just automatically am supposed to. So hello, Laurent, and there's three of us that are not. We're all invisible.
Good evening, Gene. Good evening, Intimidus.
Hello. The cloaking device is activated.
I was just going to say we all need to turn it off. God, if that's not weird.
And it's just birthing pains for a new location.
No, it's just crazy. That's all it is. I don't get it.
Well,
I touched something earlier, and I probably should never have done it. But it was only a little tiny thing up in the corner, and now all of a sudden nobody can be seen.
For many years, I've said, Gene, don't touch that.
Yeah, yep, pretty much. Now, I have to see. Jojo, did you want to be picked up? Oh, my God. Was that a no to me?
Could be.
Might have been. Oh my God. Okay, you got it. No problem, Jojo. We'll get you then. That was for me. How about it? Oh my God. I gotta go over here. This is driving me crazy. This is driving me. I hate when I don't understand something. So anyway, what's your weather, Rex?
77, light and breezy with a beautiful day.
Ah, very good, very good. I don't know what ours was. How was your weather, Laurent?
Gorgeous all day long. About
Can't beat that.
70, sunny. Can't ask for better.
Hmm. Well, we hit 67 today. That was our high, so I like it. And that was fine by me. 67. It felt nice. The weather was good. I think we're supposed to get down to like 47 tonight. That's okay too. And then tomorrow, 82. Sunday, 87. Monday, 91. 94 on Tuesday. I'll be griping by Tuesday. 93 on Wednesday and 67 and rain on Thursday. Go figure. We're going to drop from 93 down to 67. How crazy is that? But it's okay. I will survive. I'll take the next couple days and be happy with that. Oh my goodness, yeah. So yeah, I want to know. Robbie, turn off the cloaking device. I don't like it. I don't like it. He's ignoring me. Hmm. Let's see what it says down here.
Well.
Oh no. It gets up to 94. I promise I will be griping. So come Tuesday, Twisted Tuesdays, it'll be that way. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now Aaron says it's 66 with and light wind, but the forecast for rain a little later. And that's in Melbourne, in case anybody doesn't remember. And Robbie, what's your weather? Pam's not here. 20 degrees Celsius today. Oh, Rex, you want to help me out? Because he never tells me what it is.
Oh, wait, 1, 2, 6, 68.
Oh, that sounds good to me. It's about what I had, so why should he get anything better? Oh yeah, our Fahrenheit is an abomination. Sure it is. Sure it is. Oh, and Monty, how about you? What was your weather today? And while I'm at it, I may as well say, Jojo, what was your weather today? I don't want these personal invitations to give. Oh God. Well, Monty says it's 20 degrees Celsius there too, so that's about the same as Robbie. So it's about 67, I guess. How about that? Sound good?
Absolutely.
Wow, Rex, don't hesitate to jump in now. I can't even see you. Now you can't sit there and be quiet too. That's just not fair.
Yeah, he's making faces at you.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. The same ones he makes every week when he says, "Oh, not her again." But that's okay. Oh, Jojo says he hasn't been outside in days, so he has no idea what his weather is. Okay, we're gonna count you in for having around 67 degrees, same as me. That's it. You're stuck with it, like it or not. Oh my goodness, is the sun shining? Maybe. Oh my God, I don't know. But anyway, so what else? Let's see. Oof, we have just. I was close. I was only off by a degree. Don't short me on that. Uh, yeah, we got a nice board of poetry for tonight. Nice board. Yep, yep. Gosh, how crazy is this? I'm so mad. I'm gonna be really bugged until I figure this out, right?
You're gonna be that guy from Network. I'm mad, and I'm not gonna take it no more.
Ah, yeah, something like that. That's it, Rex. You got it. Oh my God. I can't stand it. I just can't. It's making me nuts. Oh, I just don't know. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's
But
safety and
anyway,
reading poems.
yes, yes, yes. Okay. Well, let me see. I'm gonna pretend like everybody's right here in front of me.
Yep.
And yeah. So is there? Oh, Rex, what's the show on Sunday? Do we even know?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a board up, and we'll do open musical rights. And I've got to talk to you about something else.
Okay, that sounds good. It's a good thing because otherwise I won't know what to do.
Well,
Rex, you're keeping it a secret.
our lines have been covered so much.
Oh my God, it's crazy. But okay, so that's it. Open music on Sunday. Everybody get that? Brown Betty Blues. What the hell's going on over here?
Shit weather.
I can't
That
watch.
would be the shit weather. Brown Betty Blues.
Okay, well, I can't watch over there in that private chat thing. I get confused enough. Anyway, it doesn't take much. Okay, well, I guess yeah, I've just 17 after 10. That's about time to do poetry. So let me go ahead and put up the first piece for the evening. And this piece, well, if I get anything to work for me, is called I'm Not Your Lowercase by Quickens Music. Yes. So I'm going to take care of this one, Rex.
Absolutely. I think there's another 5 in there as well. So you can say a lot.
Just about. Yeah, there's about that many. I'm glad you liked the opening, Laurent. Quicken was kind enough to put that together for us. So, well, I think Laurent's still here anyway. I don't know.
I'm here. What do you need? I'm never absent. Come on now.
Nothing. I spoke to you, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Well, I have an audio for this piece, and it's on the board. So let me hit the button. That's what I got to do.
You wrote me small in a soft little font, made my name weight less than the pain I brought. Clean smile, calm hands, bright white light, black lace wrapped around a bad goodbye. You dressed the blade like a pretty little thing, made the cut look delicate, a little too clean. Soft little voice with that locked door, calm like a prayer that learned tricks from a car alarm. You wrote me small in a sentence you own, made my name feel borrowed inside my own home. Black lace on the truth so it looked less mean. Plug me in when you need it, something from me. You wrote me soft, you wrote me small, crossed my name off every wall. But quiet keeps what the mouth takes back, and every whisper is coming back. I am not your lowercase. Say my name like it carries weight. Black lace on a bad mistake. Plug me in just to pull away. Lowercase, not your footnote, not your empty space. Floor drops hard, the silence feels crooked. You wear guilt well, yeah, you dress it good. Red flag folded in a velvet pocket. I saw it once, it's still misunderstood. That is the sick little trick of it, the beautiful glitch of it. You made ruin feel intimate, made warning feel innocent. You did not want love, you wanted access. I called it fate, you called it practice. Plug and play with a practice tan. Use my heart like you already have plans. But I am not wires, I am not code. I am not the thing you control from your phone. I am not the version you get to upload. Maybe I made because lonely is terrible taste. Maybe I dressed up the damage because truth looked plain in the face. You were not love, you were leverage. You were not fate, you were method. You were measuring how much of me could disappear and still exist. I am not your lowercase. Say my name like it carries weight. Black lace on a bad mistake. Plug me in just to pull away. Lowercase. Not my name. Lowercase. Not my name. Not my name. You try to make my voice behave. Now the whole room says my name. You wrote me lowercase.
I came back uppercase.
I am not your lowercase.
Not your footnote, not your empty space.
Black lace on a blade. Lowercase on my name. Plug and play with the pain. But I am still here. Full way.
Excellent. Wonderfully done there, Quicken. Thank you for the SoundCloud. Very much appreciated. All right, Laurent, let's start with you. What do you think?
Well, it's damn good, first of all. I grabbed these lyrics. You dress the blade like a pretty little thing. Made the cut look delicate, a little too clean. Soft little voice with that locked door calm. Like a prayer that learned tricks from a car alarm. Inspired, catchy lyrics. It was set to a beat I like. With two voices that complement each other. Perfect.
Nice. Thank you, Laurent. Gingini.
Yeah, I really like this piece very much. There's so much going on in here. I mean, I'm not your lowercase, you know. I mean, you know, don't make less of me, you know. I guess to make yourself feel good, I guess. I'm looking for the stanza. You know, I'm not your lowercase. Say my name like it carries weight. Black lace on a bad mistake. Plug me in just to pull away. Lowercase, not my name. Lowercase, not my name. You tried to make my voice behave. Now the whole room says my name. You wrote me lowercase. I came back uppercase. I'm not your lowercase. Not your footnote. Not your empty space. You know, don't even try to make less of me. So I think that's what I got from it. And I thought it was very well done. You know, and his audios and his presentation are always, you know, top notch. So very well done, Quicken. Thanks for sharing. Great piece.
Nice. Thank you, Gene. God, this gave me a Tom McDonald vibe with the, I don't know why I hadn't kind of thought of that before, but he does walk on that very same angle of the push-pull. That sort of, what was it, being the lowercase, uppercase angle, being pushed underground, but being used for what is instead of the reality of who is. So I like that, and the music was wonderfully done as well. So I did like that. Black lace on the blade, lowercase on my name, plug and play with the pain, but I am still here, full weight. That idea of, you know what, you might have kept me down for a bit, but I come back harder and stronger than ever, and you ain't never keeping me down.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let me see now. Oh, I thought I heard people come in, but now we got less here, so I'm confused. Even more confused. Okay. Well, I don't know. Yes, I do. Now I get it.
Oh, wait, Robbie dropped something in there for you.
I can't.
Oh, no, I mean, Aaron did. That was good.
Let me look, because he's not here. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. Some people just don't let things die, do they? Just saying.
It was in reference. Hey,
Okay.
Gene's not paying attention. Can we do limericks?
Right. I'm paying attention. I just can't be in one more place than I already am. This next piece, Rex, I'm going to put up for you to read. And this piece, if I can get there, is called Inside Outside by Mike Horsfall. So, whenever you are ready. And I'm going to put it up. Just 1 second. 1 second.
Oh,
There it is.
I thought I had to refresh. It was one of those nights.
No, it was me this time. Ah, imagine that. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Rex.
All righty. Inside Outside by Mike Horsfall. I turn the knob slow, listening, as if the hinge remembers me. Outside, spring throws its petals, a bright, careless scatter of yes. I smell it, blossom, wet bark. The air fragrant finds my face, weathered skin taking inventory. Each pore a small open mouth. Breeze rinses me, almost young. The light edits my outline briefly. Somewhere, laughter, dice, glass clink. Distant voice singing down the streets. A radio leak, a door ajar. The world spending itself freely. I stand suspended, half belonging. Then behind me, the other dark. Not night. Its thick, familiar hand. It reaches, patient as gravity. It hooks my shoulder, pulls. The threshold narrows to a seam. Blossom scent thins, then vanishes. The hinge cries once, betrayed. The door slams, sentence completed. Inside, the dark reclaims its breath. Outside, spring continues without me. And poem. All right, Jeannie, we're going to start with you.
Uh-huh. Yes, sure. I thought this was just wonderful by Mike. Great imagery throughout. Gosh, there's so much. Outside, spring throws its petals. A bright, careless scatter of yes. I smell it. Blossom, wet bark. The air fragrant finds my face. Weathered skin taking inventory. Each pore a small open mouth. Breeze rinses me almost young. The light edits my outline briefly. Somewhere, laughter, dice, glass clink, distant voices singing down streets. Uh, you know, there's a lot of great imagery there, but then he gets down into that being trapped inside. No matter what's going on around him, he hears it all, but he doesn't. He just doesn't have uh, 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 courage to jump in and be involved or to be part of it. So I think that this was very well done, because it says agoraphobia and pain. So very clever, Mike. Well done, well written.
Nice. Thank you, Jean. Laurent, how about you?
Initially I thought it was as if the house had a need so deep that it had become corrupt and malevolent. However, that sensation stems from the character's own mind, which personifies his unwillingness to face the world beyond the door. Well thought out. The scene unfolded before our mind's eye, and we wonder, how far are we each away from that same thing at an advanced age? I thought it was masterfully done.
Nice. Thank you, Laurent. Yes, fear is outlined in this, and as Jean said, agoraphobia, and he also bites at that notion of that note of what once was. Breeze rinses me, almost young. The light edits my outline briefly. Somewhere, laughter, dice, glass clink, distant voices singing down the streets, a radio leak, a door ajar. The world spending itself freely. Oof. Then that knowing, I stand suspended, half belonging. Then behind me, the other dark. Not night, its thick, familiar hand. Reality coming back to hey, you know what? You aren't there anymore. This is your threshold. You don't step beyond it. So, yes, nicely done, Mike. Thank you.
Absolutely. And hello, Tim. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Now, normally I don't do 2 in a row by the same person, but I was talking to Mike Horsfall early in the week when the board was pretty new, and he shared something with me, and I asked him if we could have it for tonight. So since nobody else put anything up, it falls right under. So I'm going to put it up now, and it's called "I Used to Be," and I have an audio for this, so that's pretty cool. So let me put the piece up, and now let me hit the button. I think you guys will like it.
I used to chase the sun with bare feet on the ground. I used to hear my laughter as the only sound. I used to wear the sky like it was stitched for me. I used to hold my dreams like they were all I need. Now the mirror's cold, it doesn't lie. The days roll fast, the years just fly. I used to be young, I used to be free, I used to be happy, I used to be me. Now I'm a shadow of the boy I knew, trying to find him in the things I do. I used to paint my world with colors running wild. I used to find my heart in the eyes of a child. I used to sing the stars like they could sing back too. I used to feel the world was made of something true. Now the colors fade, the stars don't shine. The echoes whisper, but they're not mine. I used to be young, I used to be free, I used to be happy, I used to be me. Now I'm a shadow of the boy I knew, trying to find him in the things I do.
Oh, we kick it with you, please.
Who?
Laurent.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that name got lost.
Because he was on mute.
What?
I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Oh,
You were.
well, bloody hell.
Yeah, this kind of hits home, I think, probably to everybody. I used to be young, I used to be free, I used to be happy, I used to be me. Now I'm a shadow of the boy I knew, trying to find him in the things I do. Would work equally well for a girl. I don't think there's anybody that would escape those particular feelings because it's just the way we are as people. Once upon a time, we were all young, and that led to a certain freedom that it's kind of limited as you get older. I used to be happy. Well, I used to be somebody else I knew. Now I'm not. Just a shadow. And you're still trying to recapture a little bit of the past, the old you, and a lot of the things that we do, whether it be hobbies or the kind of movies we like or the things we do for entertainment, etc. My brother's in his 70s. He still thinks he's the same tennis player he was back 50 years ago. poor lad. So this hits, in a very poetic way. This hits that sentiment, which I think is universal. Excellent job.
Nice. Thank you, Laurent. Gingini.
Yeah, I gotta say, when Mike shared this with me, I was like, I just love this. There was something about it. But I thought it was beautifully written. I think, what I said to him is life and circumstances change us all. And I thought he captured that so well. It's just through years. It's not any specifics in life or circumstances that I refer to. But, we go from being free to being, well, I don't want to use the word obligated, but we then have different things we have to do, when we get committed into things, and
Prisoner of the system.
those things just change us, and we have to be different. And if we could reach back and just be those young, carefree people again, look at our world. But yeah, so I loved each verse, and what a great chorus. Excellent share, and thank you so much, Mike, for sharing it with me so I could share it with everyone else. Great job.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys hit on it pretty good. I like that first verse, the last line. I used to hold my dreams like they were all I need. A kind of a note to being jaded, and then you get that thought. Now the mirror's cold; it doesn't lie. Reality's setting in, and he hits on. Now I'm the shadow of the boy I knew, and what was it? I used to find my heart in the eyes of a child. I think that references to the losing that little boy within yourself along the way, and you kind of search for that, realize, wow, how and when did I let that go? That little edge of awe that keeps one feeling young, so to speak, that keeps one's mind set instead of letting it drift into that note of being jaded all the way around.
Right.
So nicely done, Mike. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, the next poem I have to put up. Of course, I'm going to take care of this one too, Rex. Don't you worry.
Ah, yes.
It's
The
called
golden throne is wobble is coming your way.
I have like 5 in a row. It's like, whatever. But this one is called Remembering My Dad by Sapphire Rose. So let me put that up.
Oh, at least this one fits your voice.
Yeah, right. Well, kind of. Okay, so here we go. And let me hit the button because, that's what I got to do. Okay, here goes.
Remembering My Dad by Sapphire Rose. Today I find myself lost in memories of my dad, a man who was an unwavering source of love and strength in the latter part of my life. As I mark this day, the 16th anniversary of his passing, I'm overwhelmed by the emotional weight of his absence. Despite the years that have passed, his spirit continues to fill my thoughts, especially today. Every moment spent with you, Dad, is etched in my heart. The sound of your laughter that could brighten the darkest of days. The gentle way you offered advice that seemed to know exactly what I needed to hear. And the comforting warmth of your hugs that made everything feel right in the world. I often reminisce about our long talks where you would share stories from your life, imparting lessons that shaped my understanding of kindness and resilience. It pains me to think that your time on earth was so fleeting. There was so much more I wanted to learn from you. So many more memories we could have created together. I feel a deep sense of loss, not just for the father I cherished, but for the man you could have continued to be. As I send my heartfelt love to heaven or wherever you may be, I hope you know just how much you're loved. Your legacy lives on in my heart, reminding me to be strong, compassionate, and to treasure every moment. Today and always, I celebrate you and all that you meant to me. With all my love, forever and always, your daughter, Carrie. End poem.
Wonderful read there, Sapphire. Thank you for the SoundCloud. Very much appreciated. All right, Genie, since you got to sing that out loud with a reverberating voice, bring it on home.
I haven't even recuperated yet. Good Lord.
Well, sip it up and toss one down and give it another go.
Oh my gosh. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. I thought this was a beautiful tribute to her dad. Wonderful thoughts and memories shared in the fine piece that she has written here, and I really think she did a great job. And I picked it up here. It's kind of hard to pick a piece out of this, or a part out of it. But I often reminisce about our long talks where you would share stories from your life, imparting lessons that shaped my understanding of kindness and resilience. It pains me to think that your time on earth was so fleeting. There was so much more I wanted to learn from you, so many more memories we could have created together. I feel a deep sense of loss, not just for the father I cherished, but for the man you could have continued to be. Yeah, I think this was great. And thank you, Sapphire, for sharing with us. Great job.
Nice. Thank you, Gene. And Laurent, how about you?
Well, very heartfelt. I would be really surprised if there weren't enough of letters about memories of a parent to be collected into a book and then have it be very moving. Certainly a poem like this belongs in something like that. The tenderness with which she writes about her father, the obvious, I don't want to say sadness, but there's a certain sad melancholia when you reminisce about a close parent. I mean, too often parents are kind of distant from their children. There's a complete lack of understanding. But she was close. It comes out in her words. Beautifully done.
Excellent. Thank you. I think the letter format was the right way to go because it offers up that note as the letter is actually going to him, so to speak, something that he can actually read, see, and enjoy in the moment, despite the fact that he no longer resides. She does walk on all those angles, especially that thought of the intervening 16 years, what memories they might have been able to share along that route. And that even rolls a harder note to how heavy this day was. So, and that last stanza was just the right note, especially those last couple lines. Today and always, I celebrate you and all that you meant to me. With all my love, forever and always, your daughter, Carrie. Nice. Thank you, Sapphire.
Absolutely. Yes. So the next piece that I'm going to put up, I got this one too, Rex. You just calm down over there. Don't you worry yourself. I got this covered.
All right.
This piece is called An Undying Flame by Lau. So let me get that in the room. And then I will hit the button. Okay. And here goes. Well, maybe. I got to get there. Okay, here goes.
Was I bitter or better? A so left to wait, feeling lost and unwanted, forgotten too late. Was I bitter or better? The latter I claim, rising wild from this woman, an undying flame, an undying flame. Somewhat dimmer, far duller, that summer you left, casting shadows of morning, completely bereft. Was I bitter or better? The latter I claim, rising wild from this woman, an undying flame, an undying flame. Did I wallow in sorrow for all of that time, blaming fate for your leaving, for this loss of mine? Was I bitter or better? The latter I claim, rising wild from this woman, an undying flame, an undying flame. I wore silence like winter, and I settled deep, feeling all that remained was a deep frozen sleep. But beneath all the sorrow, new life slowly came from your dying ember. I became the flame, an undying flame, forged fierce through the pain. From the ashes of your leaving, I remain an undying flame. An undying flame.
Well done, Lal. Thank you for the SoundCloud. Very much appreciated. Is it your turn first, Gingini?
No, but I'll do it anyway.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you.
Thank you so much. See, I'm jumping under the bus instead of throwing someone else there. But I thought this was a great piece by Lau. I really did. And I said the resilience of a woman well penned. You know, I really enjoyed the presentation, and it reminded me a bit of Reba McEntire, the sound of the song. Um, Whether it was the music, I think it was the voice and the music. But
Yes.
that's where my mind went, and I went, But I had to go down towards the end of this poem. I wore silence like winter, and I settled deep, feeling all that remained was a deep frozen sleep. But beneath all this sorrow, new life slowly came. From your dying ember, I became the flame. An undying flame forged fierce through the pain. From the ashes of your leaving, I remain an undying flame. I thought this was just great all the way through, but I had to pick that up at the end. I thought that was, I thought they were great. Well, I want to say stanzas because I'm looking at the written part, but the verse, the chorus, I just think the whole thing was good. So thank you, Lau. Appreciate the share. Great job.
Nice. Thank you, Gingini.
Mhm.
Laurent, how about you?
I wore silence like winter, and I settled deep, feeling all that remained was a deep frozen sleep. But beneath all the sorrow, new life slowly came. From your dying ember, I became the flame. It's beautifully written, exceptionally done. Um, and I struggle with wondering when a poem stops being a poem and becomes a song, or is it that the song is a poem set to music? This is wonderfully done, but I just have to make that remark, seeing how, with a couple of exceptions, everything we listened to tonight has been set to music. It's an
Mm.
interesting point of view. You wonder what some of the greats would do, the great poets of the 17th, 18th, 19th century, perhaps. If they were alive today, what would they be doing? Writing songs or writing poetry?
Poetry always comes first.
Yeah,
Nice. Thank you,
I
Laurent.
don't pretend to understand the fine lines of distinction. I think, they're each what they are. It's just amazing how a song can become a poem and a poem can become a song just by the way it's presented.
Well, how many times have we read a poem that was lyrical without
Right.
music?
Without a doubt. I'm not
Oh no,
making any criticism. I'm just making an observation.
right. And I'm just saying, I think that the poetry always comes first. The lyrics come first in my brain. If you're blessed and you're musical, the music will come first in
No,
some
I know,
case.
but when you write lyrics for a song, you write them differently than you write them for as
Yeah,
a
but
poem.
sometimes you can start with a poem and adapt them to music.
Right. That's
So
no, it's you're right. You're right.
I know.
All right, you two. Okay, let me interject with this. It also works down to when you've got all right, say you've got somebody who's quite well voiced in writing, and you got another one who does well with the angle of the music. Sometimes you offer up the music as that note to where the voice needs to go in the moment. And all of a sudden, the voice offers up the voice that fits the music. It works both ways.
Yep.
Anyway, um, oh, I too thought about Reba McEntire. So cheers, Gene. You got that one. And
Yay.
I did like the music was great. Uh, and the pace was set just right. If this had been a little bit quicker, it wouldn't have had the same bite to it. That note of was I bitter or better? A soul left to wait, feeling lost and unwanted, forgotten too late. So you do get that note of a bitter up front, and then that sort of the latter I claim that idea of I need to drop the baggage and move forward before it swallows me whole. So you get that idea of the love lost, the pain that comes with it, and then the forgiveness on the back end, because without that forgiveness, you don't get to actually move forward. So you end up being the bitter instead of the better. So
Mhm.
nicely done, Long.
I have to agree. Okay. Well, I'm going to read this next one. Kind of getting tired, man. This is Stories of John Lilac, #1, by Jack Blue. On the little bluish hill, the olden wings stay luminous, or always dance delightfully, like butterflies of outer space, when a donkey with a lute dreams around the starry leaves. Without a miracle of dreams, he plays the happiness with ghosts, and toddles fast or flutters slow, like a gentle drunken angel, to the port town where the waves just reflect his lilac lute. From the faraway blue snow, the lilac lyric blooms around and lights up the worldly cape. In the sound of good green hope, if a donkey plays the stage like a bright blue planetarium, all witches simply walk away or stand bewitched gracefully when a donkey with the lute paints the sea of lilac stars through the cosmos, or the linden without a wand, or end poem.
Great read, Gene. Thank you. Thank you very much for actually using your voice in this one.
At least I could do.
All right, Laurent, why don't we kick it with you?
A really innovative take on the Bremerton musicians, and it's not an easy poem to read either. Gene, you did a great job with that.
Yeah.
On the little bluish hill, the olden wings stay luminous, or always dance delightfully, like butterflies of outer space, when a donkey with a lute dreams around the starry leaves. Great imagery, but it has a flavor which says it was translated semi-literally from the German, because it's just a little off here and there. I can't really put my finger on it, but it smacks of that, and it doesn't take anything away from the piece. I like the stories of John Lilac. Well done.
Nice. Thank you, Laurent. All right, Genie.
Well, again, this is another piece by Luke that always it takes me to the Midsummer's Night's Dream. It just does. I can't get that image out of my head when he starts talking about this donkey. And now he's got a lute in there. And all these wonderful images throughout. His use of color is always wonderful in these pieces, because the colors kind of set your mood and keep it flowing throughout. And there was a good touch of alliteration throughout as well, because a couple of times I started to get twisted up because I kind of hesitated because I wasn't sure what was coming ahead of me, and I didn't want to. Well, I just didn't want to stumble over it, although I probably did, but I tried not to. So the alliteration was nice. It wasn't overdone. It was just enough, to keep me on my toes. I'll say that. And yeah, so great piece, Luke, and thank you so much for sharing with us. Much appreciated.
Nice. Well, this one walks with the donkey because you've got the donkey in 3 of the stanzas. So the donkey is the main action. It kind of hits me with that idea of someone needing that donkey so that they can tilt at the windmills that bother them so much and look at the world with different eyes, so to speak, without those dark etches huddling around the outside, trying to burn their way in. So,
right.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Because I have to type that sentence again. Don't start timing it specifically now. Don't go getting silly. No.
Well, that reminds me of what the hell was that one?
There we go. Okay, I'm out of there. Okay. So the next piece that I'm going to do again, I want you all to be aware, I've been a busy woman tonight. Okay, this piece is called No Matter Where by Lockdown Larks. So let me put this up on the boards and hit the button. I'm exhausted. It's been a rough night on me. Just teasing.
Finger, finger, finger.
And here we go.
in search of something, wondering how we will meet, when there will be a song to sing. So I'm listening for your heartbeat. No matter where I will find you, I will be there. I swear I do. So many decisions every day, moving us to and fro towards a connecting pathway. I will keep going until I know. No matter where, I will find you. I will be there. I swear I do. In a park or across the street, in a crowd or down a corridor, someday I know we will meet, and my heart is ready to soar. No matter where, I will find you. I will be there. I swear I do. I wonder if you think of me in that time of intersection, knowing then to be carefree. My heart aches for that connection. No matter where, I will find you. I will be there. I swear I do. When I see those smiling eyes and the harmony they convey, no need for me to improvise my feelings for you on that day. No matter where, I will find you. I will be there. I swear I do. Until I sense your presence near, I'm gonna stay strong. A day, a week, a month, a year, I'll be ready to sing our song. No matter where, I will be there. No matter where, I will be there. No matter where, I will be there. No matter where, I will be there.
Nicely done, Larks. Thank you for the SoundCloud. Very much appreciated. All right, Genie, who does this sound like, you think?
Don't laugh. It reminded me a little bit of Phil Collins.
Damn, you got that. I did that. Oh, okay. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
I went there as well.
Yep. Something about it it caught me.
Yes. It had that kind of
A beat to it. Or
that 80s vibe in the music in the background, and the drums were up front too. So,
I want it tonight. See?
damn.
Don't expect it next week. Just this week I got it. Oh my God. Yeah, I think that Lockdown Larks did a great job with this. Nice stanzas throughout, and I really enjoyed his chorus. Yeah, well done, and a good choice of music. I enjoyed it. So thank you for sharing with us tonight, Larks. Appreciate it. Well done.
Oh, excited, Jeannie. Laurent, how about you?
This is a great piece for a young man or woman in love, and perhaps it's unrequited love, Maybe there's been a breakup. Maybe they're simply apart for a period of time, wandering in search of something, wondering how we will meet, when there will be a song to sing. So I'm listening for your heartbeat, regardless of how it's framed. And it's also a great song to dance to. It's got that beat, which is nice, kind of like a house beat. No matter where I will find you, I will be there. I swear I do. I can almost see a couple looking at each other, misty-eyed, listening to this song. It has a great audience, and it's well done. I liked it.
Nice. Yeah, I like the way he unfolded it too. You look at that opening stanza, wandering in search of something, wondering how we will meet. Then the second one, so many decisions every day, moving us to and fro. Then you roll into third, in a park or across the street in a crowd or down a corridor. And then I thought, I wonder if you think of me and that time of intersection, knowing them to be carefree. My heart aches for that connection. And then you roll into when I see those smiling eyes and the harmony they convey. No need for me to improvise my feelings for you on that day. So it rolls right through the thought of wandering into the actual end of meeting. So cheers, Lawrence. That was done quite well. Thank you.
Nice. Okay. Well, the next piece I'm going to put up is called Call Me Expialidocious by Laurent Yvonne. So let me hit the button. And
I
Laurent,
thought you were going to have another one to read.
No. Soon, but not now. Okay, Laurent, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Call me expialidocious. She was a little flirt of a cherry. Fought herself a corky tree. Gov, not with me can't be beat. She oozed characteristically sweet. Used me all over. Hey, romp in the clover, or fling after dark. Behind the bandstand in the park. I got moxie. I'm precocious. Call me expialidocious. Singing them deep-rooted blues. Bloody pity about me soft shoes. I'm lusciously round, firm and so profound. Enlightening, not frightening. Me grip on you is tightening. I'm a one of a kind, unique. I can listen when you wish to speak. Hold me, squeeze me, please me. Please make no plans to free me. Well, I never ate that cherry. I thought she was kind of neat. As time passed by, I fell in love. Fruitful passion, a gift from above. She made me insanely happy in ways I'll never mention. As a cherry who knew her stuff, let's just say she had my full attention. End poem.
Great read, Laurent. Thank you very much. All right, Gingy.
Okay. Well, I think I'm ready there. I thought this was a clever piece and a great take on the prompt, Laurent. And I picked it up here. I got moxie. I'm precocious. Call me expialidocious. Singing them deep-rooted blues. Bloody pity about me soft shoes. I'm lusciously round, firm and so profound. Enlightening, not frightening. My grip on you is tightening. Admit it, I'm one of a kind, unique. I can listen when you wish to speak. Hold me, squeeze me. Please make no plans to free me. It was a nice piece. I think that the prompts for the contest was fun and clever, and there's a lot of ways you could go with it, and I think you did a fine job with that.
I didn't do a banana, could have been.
I would hope not.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would have been
Yeah, that would have been something else.
something atrocious.
Yes, there you go.
Well, not one banana. You'd need a bunch because they're soft. So
Oh my
fall
God!
apart.
Breaks your bed.
Well, Gene's right. You can take this a bunch of different ways, but there was a I like that note. I'm lusciously round, firm and so profound, enlightening, not frightening. My grip on you is tightening. There's a quiet note to oh, hey, there's a lot of cherries, and that looks like a pie. I admit it. I'm one of a kind, unique. I can listen when you wish to speak. Hold me, squeeze me, please me. Please make no plans to free me. Again, that note to a subtle enjoyment of the fruit itself, or is it the fruit of purloined pleasures that is definitely drifting its way through this piece?
Yeah.
Let me see now. Okay. Well, Rex, I'm coming to you for this next one.
Uh-oh.
Yes, yes, yes. See? And this piece is called The Humility of Being Moved by T. Manzano. So, I go put it on the board. Nope, don't send it to Laurent. And it's up whenever you're ready.
All right. The Humility of Being Moved by T. Manzano. There is an age when your eyes betray you before your mouth ever can. Not openly, not like wolves in old stories, just a flicker, a neckline shifting while someone laughs at something harmless, a pale architecture of a bra strap holding up a world you promised yourself you had stopped needing. I tell myself, don't look. And for one clean second, I succeed. Then gravity wins. My eyes drop like loose change through a grate, quick, metallic, impossible to retrieve. A millisecond, downward, then back to her face, where I find her already watching me return. That is the worst part. Not the looking, the knowing she knows. And afterward, the conversation keeps walking forward, wearing normal clothes, while underneath it, my mind tears itself apart like dogs under a dinner table. Was she disgusted? Flattered? Did some hidden animal inside her feel chosen for a moment? Or did I become instantly another old story women tell each other with folded arms and tight smiles? She gives nothing away. Most people don't. I study everyone for tells now. The twitch before a smile, the delayed blink, the mouth trying not to become a mouth. I search faces like a gambler convinced the machine is about to confess, because maybe depravity is not desire itself, but the endless need to know if it was shared, and age makes it worse. When I was younger, wanting felt holy somehow, expected, forgiven before it happened. Now desire feels fluorescent, visible in bad lighting. I carry it carefully through grocery stores, through parking lots, through conversations about weather and careers and grown children. This ancient dumb electricity still firing through the body long after the body has become embarrassing to itself. Sometimes I think everyone is filthy underneath, not sexually, worse, lonely enough to want to be seen wanting, and maybe that is what survives aging. Not beauty, not lust, but the humiliation of still being moved by it. And poem. Yeah. All right, Laurent, what do you think? Between music and age tonight, we're rolling up in two separate arenas.
Well, that's what poetry is for, right? There are, first of all, an outstanding right. It's, you look at it and you go, damn, that's good. But what it does is, I think, reveal an uncomfortable truth, kind of epitomized by two stanzas. This ancient dumb electricity still firing through the body long after the body has become embarrassing to itself. And the second one is just that bit, but the humiliation of still being moved by it. Now, this poem is revealing in a number of ways, and it kind of mirrors my thoughts, because you do hit a certain age when the mind sees itself as much, much younger, but the body is an unmistakable marker of time. And dirty old men leering at young women is a notorious image found in
Whoa.
cartoons, imagery, etc. And there is something to that. You have to physically, as the poem says, restrain yourself from looking, because where it's expected when you're a young man and a potential partner, if you will, as an old man, it's definitely not that to any young woman. It is like, oh, my father, duh. It's and he's managed to put it in words so well. And it was a great read too, by the way.
Nice. Thank you, Laurent. Gingy, what do you think?
Hello. Well, first off, we have to say hello to JoJo.
All right.
Hello, JoJo.
Hey, John.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Jojo, how you doing?
I'm all right, Laurent. How are you? Long time no see.
Yes, sir.
This piece, I thought it was a great piece penned. I really did. Excellent imagery throughout. He kept it moving along, and he did it at a great pace. Yeah, I thought it was very well done. And I picked it up here, because maybe depravity is not desire itself, but the endless need to know if it was shared. And age makes it worse. When I was younger, wanting felt holy somehow. Expected, forgiven before it happened. Now desire feels fluorescent, visible in bad lighting. I carry it carefully through grocery stores, through parking lots, through conversations about weather and careers and grown children. Yeah, this was really an excellent piece, Tim, and thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Well done.
Nice. Thank you, Gene. John, you want to give a word or two?
Oh, I suppose, give me a second.
You can read what you wrote.
Yeah, well, I think I would say that being one of those men of a certain age, and being one of those men of a certain age who has on occasion noticed a younger woman, which sometimes happens at Starbucks, and once really happened at Starbucks, and led to a 10-year relationship. This I think this is extremely well written. First of all, this is just beautifully penned. Some of the best writing I've seen of coming from Tim's pen. But I think, well, let me not speak for all men. I can say that I relate. I've had this experience, and I think what Tim penned was just rings very true. I think my favorite stanza that I've read in a long time, "My eyes drop like loose change through a grate, quick, metallic, impossible to retrieve," is just mind-numbingly well written. It's just one of my favorite stanzas. But I think the last stanza, which is one line broken over three stanzas, but the last couplet, the humiliation of still being moved by it, is I think a quiet, restrained, and yet extremely powerful recognition of sort of the ending. It does end in humiliation. Whether she notices it or not, whether she returns it or not, it just seems to always end in humiliation. So I thought that was like a great ending for me. I love the ending. This is one of my favorite poems I've read in a while. Fantastic.
Nice. Thank you, John. Tim, I gotta say you set this up just right. Everything, especially those single lines or the short, quick ones. I didn't know where you were going with this when I started it, but the way you set the lines up, just those notes, just a flicker. I tell myself, don't look. You opened it up so I could pace it a little bit differently, and then let it breathe on its own. And doing that, because you got the nice, great parts in here. So, let me see, downward, then back to her face, where I find her already watching me return. That is the worst part, not the looking, but knowing she knows. You set this at an angle and a way to read it that lets it breathe on its own, and that makes it a blossom and even more stunning than the words you use. So, well done, Baba. That was really good. Thank you very much.
Mhm. Okay. Great comments, guys. I don't know. I'm feeling outnumbered by you guys tonight. Oh. Uh, now, Jojo, I'm going to put your piece up next, but I'm going to need you to tell me the title because
All right, I'll
it
introduce it.
didn't come up. Yeah, it didn't come up on the link. Okay.
So yesterday morning was Antyeshti, which is the Hindu cremation ritual for Shamala, and so I woke up early and wrote this during her Antyeshti. So this is called Antyeshti by Jojo. Tell me again how easy it is to write rhyming verse. Why squirm sounds silly in the second stave. How you hate haikus, but wrote one anyway, only for me. Why a picture is worth 1,000 of your thoughts that I'll never hear. Tell me again how the humid haze hangs when the sun is the brightest, how the night market is cooler at dusk after the sun sets. Tell me again how to pick the perfect papaya, why avocados are fruit and tamarind is tart, how the green mango is too late to pickle, why tasting is measuring and measuring is meaningless. Tell me once more how the boy in the yard is banging on the car, kicking the garage door, screaming into the night air like I don't know how that feels. Tell me again why loneliness is not loneliness when you're waiting for wonderful, even if wonderful arrives a little too late, or if wonderful leaves entirely too soon. Tell me again now, before the ash and the smoke settle. End poem.
John, thank you very much. Gingini, we start with you.
Well, I'll make a deal with you. You refresh real quick while I comment.
Okay,
John,
is that so I can't hear what you're saying?
don't say that because I'm not muted. John, this was just a gorgeous piece. Beautiful reflection of a love shared. Great imagery throughout, and I really thought it was a fine write. But it is the image of the time you both shared, and I thought that was fabulous. Top-notch work, and thank you so much for sharing with us. Great job. And Laurent, how about you?
Yeah, I was struck by the excellence of this poem. If I had to pick arbitrarily a stanza, tell me again how to pick the perfect papaya. Why avocados are fruit and tamarind is tart. How the green mango is too late to pickle. Why testing is measuring, and measuring is meaningless. You had a way of setting this up that just pulls me through the words, leaving behind their meanings in a visual sense. I was very impressed by this piece about Shamala. She had a wonderful point of view about life, a reasoned poise. She had a keen wit. And I'll tell you, her facility with rhyming was mesmerizing to me. And I thought that your poem brought her personality out for all to see. She's going to be sorely missed, and you did her proud, my friend.
Thank you, Laurent.
Excellent. Thank you, Laurent. I didn't hear what Jeannie said, so I missed out on that one. I only got a partial note of what Laurent did, but this is all about, well, it's about Shamala, yes, but it is also about what is going to be missed and what was loved in the. I like the opening note. Tell me again how easy it is to write rhyming verse, why squirm sounds silly in the second stave, how you hate haikus, but wrote one anyway, only for me. Why a picture's worth a thousand of your thoughts that I'll never hear. That note of well, the longing already hits the idea of that back and forth, that little give and take, the push and pull that you had hitting each other, because you roll through that all the way through this. The idea of tell me again how to pick perfect papaya, why avocado is a fruit and tamarind is tart, how the green mango is too late to pickle, why tasting is measuring and measuring is meaningless. I think that note of measuring is meaningless is the idea of life is too short to measure everything. And that note, tell me once how the boy in the yard is banging on the car, kicking the garage, or screaming into the night there, like I don't know how that feels. That's a quizzical note of pure passion and grief in the moment. And then the finish off that note of even if wonderful arrives a little too late, or if wonderful leaves entirely too soon, tell me again before the ash and the smoke settle. That idea of just one more little interjection, one more little note of, hey, that's too easy there, Bubba. You can do better than that. Come on, push it. So yes, this is a perfect note for Shamala.
Thank you, Rex.
Oh, you're welcome.
Pretty incredible piece. Yeah. Thanks, John. I appreciate you hooking in to read that for us.
Thank you, Phil. Or Gene. I should say Gene.
You can call me anything. I acknowledge everything. I had a man call me Pat for years. Someone said her name is not Pat, her name is Jean. He goes, I know what the hell her name is. I call her Pat, and I went, see. So oh my God, true story, by the way. Okay, Rex, I'm gonna come
kind
to
of
you.
Sounds like a Simpsons episode.
Oh God, it was the joys of working in long-term care. I'm telling you, it really was.
Yeah, I call her what I want. She looks like a Pat.
Well, I reminded him of his old neighbor. So he used to call me Pat. And he would say Pat. And I'd turn around and I'd say, yes. I did it for months and months and months. Then somebody went to tell him what my name was. He goes, I know what the hell her name is. I call her Pat. I went, see? Why mess with it? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Well, Rex, I'm coming to you for this next piece.
All right.
I think it's your turn, really. This
Sure,
piece is called Healing by Stanza Hero. So here we go.
Here we go. Healing by Stanza Hero. Oppressive heat beating down. Birds, open-mouthed, linger among wilted roadside flora. Kangaroo and dingo hide in vague subdue, fighting against humid air, holding ransom to energy and care. The sky, dark and angry, holds no longer back. Released torrents fall in violent storms to renew the world beneath. Birds tryst in airborne games high above now renewed grasses. Kangaroos play in drenched cool bliss among rain-freshed trees as dingo watches engaged again after mystical summer rains. And boom. There you go, Jeannie.
Why do you always do that when I'm not ready?
Because the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Oh my God. I read 5 poems tonight. Isn't that enough for you? No.
Yeah, I know those fingers must be bleeding.
They are. They really are. I broke all my fingernails and everything else.
Well, you got to keep the French cut off the keystrokes.
Oh God. Um, good gosh. But I like the piece very much. I'm trying to mesh the title in with the piece. So I was trying to think of that when you called on me, and that's just not fair. But oh gosh, I would assume that I'm catching on as I go along here. If I talk longer, I'll figure it all out. Maybe healing. You have that heavy heat and the humidity and what have you. But then it says the sky dark and angry holds no longer back. Release torrents fall in violent storms to renew the world beneath. The birds tryst in airborne games high above. Now renewed grasses, kangaroos play in drenched cool bliss amongst rain-fresh trees as dingo watches engaged again after mystical summer rains. So the healing, what is healing is the earth. See, I'm catching on here, and the critters. Ah, gosh, it's so hard when I don't get a second to even get my thoughts together. And usually
Well,
when
you've
I
been
do it,
doing all right so far with the music angle. I thought you might be able to breathe on another one.
gosh, yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah, sometimes I have to like mull it around in my head for a few minutes. But I think it was great. I think it had wonderful imagery and very well done. I can only imagine the heat and humidity and all that down there in that land down under, you know.
Mhm.
But I imagine that everyone's thankful when it does rain after the heat for any length of time. Let me put it that way. So very well done, and thank you for sharing with us, Stanza Hero. Great job.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Gene. John, you still with us? I can't tell.
Well, I don't see him, but he's still
Okay.
here
Well,
somewhere.
I don't see him either, so that's why I was
Right,
asking. Don't know.
exactly. I don't know who's here. I just wait to hear voices, and they're not in my
That's
head
why
this time.
What is this? The
I
little man who wasn't there?
Well, this is the Invisible Man. This is better than the movie.
Yeah, we're all not showing on the board
Yeah, we're all
up top.
invisible.
Yes. All
Crazy.
right. Laurent, how about you?
You gotta love it. It's all about moisture. The ground, the parched, dry, cracked earth needs the healing rains, and our skin needs a good lotion because boy oh boy can it get cracked and dry. No, I thought he did a great job with this. The introduction of the lack, well, the whole first stanza, oppressive heat beating down, birds open mouth. I've seen videos of that. It's quite fascinating the way they have to open their mouth to remain cool. Linger among wilted roadside flora. Kangaroo and dingo hide and vague subdue. I like the way the word subdue is used as a noun, or yeah, as a noun. Fighting against humid air, holding ransom to energy and care. Then, of course, the clouds bring the rain, and all of a sudden we have birds trysting in the airborne games, kangaroos playing in drenched cool bliss after mystical summer rains. It's short, but it's perfectly done. It's very well balanced between the dry and the wet.
Absolutely, because you got that interregnum right in the middle, which kind of sets everything apart between the oppressiveness of one
You did
angle.
not just use interregnum. Bravo. Wow. That's pretty good.
This was set right. That idea of that first stanza uh, it is oppressive, not just with the thought of oppressive heat being down, but the angle, the wilted roadside flora, um, humid air holding ransom. You get that feeling of just how bad it can be. Then that second stanza was perfect. That idea of the middle ground, where all of a sudden, whoa, what's going on? And then you get that note on the back end where everything comes back to life. Even the even the voice Contain offers up that note to healing because he is also in need of that rain. If it's nothing but to bleed the air dry, bleed the air cool, and to offer up a sense of, oh God, wash it over me, I'm ready. So thank you,
Ooh,
Santa.
you sounding sexy there, my man. Wow.
Keep an eye on him, Rex. What was that? The second time tonight. Between the banana and that remark, he making me nervous.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Welcome back, JoJo.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Appreciate you
John.
coming back. Did you happen to hear Stanza Hero's piece?
I did not hear it all. So go on without me, I think.
Nope, no problem. No problem. And since you have returned, let me go find that link. Oh, shoot.
One linky dinky, two linky dinkies.
I have to figure out if I'm picking it up or putting it down. Okay. John, I'm going to come to you for this next read. It's called In Fragments by Ben Hart. And let me put that up in the room. And
I really wanted to read this because when Ben first published this, Shamla and I had a long conversation about it, and we both just loved it. And, Ben and I had a conversation about it too, and I kind of promised him at the time that if I could, I would be the one to read it on air, and so I didn't realize it was up until just now. So this is called 25 in Fragments. 1. This is me, reshaping the cracks into roots of healing, into veins patiently awaiting a light that sky is yet to dream of. 2. This is me, letting the hairs on my skin hum along to the grieving wind as it washes the pale underbellies of the leaves with echoes of birdsong. 3. This is me walking back my promises, ripping seeds from the earth and stuffing them back under my tongue, as not to let our goodbyes sit there like a weed in our perfect plot of forget-me-nots. 4. This is me, 6 months in, and still refraining from luring fireflies into my lungs as a substitute for love. 5. This is me, still resisting the river at the point where the journey extends only through letting go of the sheer violence of form, waiting and seeing if I too can weep myself back together, or if this time I will really stay gone. End poem.
Great read, John. Thank you very much. Laurent, you kick us off?
nope, he threw me under the bus.
Oh, I didn't have to do it. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, okay. I thought that this was a wonderful, Ben expresses grief so well. Maybe that wasn't the right thing to say, but he really does. He has such a way with words that his imagery is always top notch, and he always, you always get that sense of feeling of what he's trying to put out there. The emotions are always well expressed. Sometimes his words go over the top of my head because, well, it's not real far from the ground. But I know. But I did like this third vignette. This is me walking back my promises, ripping seeds from the earth and stuffing them back under my tongue, as not to let our goodbyes sit there like a weed in our perfect plot of forget-me-nots. Something about that I thought was just so so well written, and in the same way, it's so beautiful. The perfect plot of forget-me-nots. Yeah, when you feel loss or you're dealing with loss, that's such a I don't know. I don't know. I just think it was just very well expressed. You know, each vignette in its own was very good and very well written. But that one drew my attention. You know, I guess because I like Forget Me Nots. But beautiful job, Ben, and thank you for sharing with us. I like how it says air, earth, fire, and water. So I'm assuming that you know, he based these on the elements.
This
Vanishing
was
Point one. Go ahead, John.
this was a submission to a contest that Aphasiana and maybe Babbler together, I don't remember, ran, and yeah, it was, you know, air, earth, fire, and water, and it got the silver medal. It was
Right.
really just very well received.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. It just, you know, when you look at it from the author's notes, you know, it kind of puts it into a different perspective. But still, it's no matter what, I think that the emotions are well expressed in this, and I think that his imagery is always outstanding. So, excellent job.
Nice. Thank you, Gene. John, you got to read it. What do you think of this?
Well, I'm a huge fan of recursion and repetition, and Ben wields it like a scalpel here to me, it feels like the waves of grief that I can attest to you just come in. You know, it's like those rogue waves that every now and then just like erase everybody off the beach. He does it perfectly here. What I think what I liked the most is probably the third time I read it, I realized that this was like Ocean Vuong and Louise Gluck having a baby. You know, it's got all of those elements that I love about both of those writers, those poets. The incredible restraint, the body focus, and the what's the word? Playing around anyway with the lines, the introduced stutters in the middle of sentences. It's fragmentation. So the fragmentation is the word I'm looking for. It's beautifully fragmented in an Ocean Vuong style manner, but it's completely in Ben's voice. There's no way to read this and not just feel the wave after wave after wave of grief coming off of his pen. It's beautiful. One of my top favorite poems. Absolutely beautiful. And it got the silver medal, and I was like, I better go read the gold because it must be incredible. So yeah, I was in that contest. I wrote a poem about my relationship with my daughter, and I was like, oh, mine's a good poem, but boy, it's not even anywhere close to this level.
Yeah.
So I love this poem.
Nice. Thank you, John. I like that picture. It was a perfect note to draw on, to use as representation, and whether he drew on it. I'm guessing yes, because this does walk that note of vanishing point, especially that first stanza, and even retaining other vignettes, kind of walking that note too of there is a vanishing point within everything, like with the echoes of birdsong, it vanishes when the wind dies. That note to a perfect plot of Forget-Me-Nots, and the last two did hit me with that idea of grief and how long it sticks. And I guess 6 months in, and still refraining from luring fireflies into my lungs as a substitute for love. And that notion of afraid to breathe and live once more in the moment, and then still resisting the river at the point where the journey extends only through letting go of the sheer violence of form, waiting and seeing if I too can weep myself back together, or if this time I will really stay gone. Again, that notion of vanishing point finishes off and rolls right back to the front end. Have I really dipped that far? Well, where the grief overtakes and I no longer be me? A questioning note. Thank you, Ben.
Nice. Nice comments, fellas. Okay. Now the next piece that I'm going to put up
Errant Panther?
is called Breaking the Silence by Errant Panther.
Yes.
So let me put this up and let me hit the button. I got this one, Rex. Don't you worry. I think Rex.
Unchained Melody.
Here we go.
Shadows crawl deep under my skin. Echoes of whispers won't let me win. Chained to the weight of my voice inside, screaming for a truth that can't be denied. Breaking the silence, tearing the night, ripping the chains, I'm ready to fight. Voice like a storm, crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found. Buried in cracks where no light can touch, fear in my veins grips just too much. Walls are screaming what I refuse to hear, but tonight I rise, breaking through fear. Breaking the silence, tearing the night, ripping the chains, I'm ready to fight. Voice like a storm, crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found. Climbing the wreckage to breathe the air, fists clenched tight, I'm almost there. No more whispers, no shadows to chase, finding the fire to fight for my space. Breaking the silence, tearing the night, ripping the chains, I'm ready to fight. Voice like a storm, crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found. Breaking the silence, tearing the night, ripping the chains, I'm ready to fight. Voice like a storm, crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found.
Excellent. Thank you for the SoundCloud, Eric. Very much appreciated. John, you want to kick us off?
No, come back to me. Sorry, I was commenting.
Hey, this one's on to you, Gene. Gene, are you lost?
Just so you know, I'm getting hoarse from all this tonight. I barely.
Well, at least Aaron gave you a well-sung note.
He's always messing with me. I thought this was a great piece all the way through. Wonderful stanzas and a fabulous choice of music and voice. And I have to say, I really loved the bridge and the end chorus very much. I thought he did a great job. You know, climbing the wreckage to breathe the air, fist clenched tight, I'm almost there. No more whispers, no shadows to chase, finding the fire to fight for my space. Breaking the silence, tearing the night, ripping the chains, I'm ready to fight. Voice like a storm, crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found. Breaking the silence, tearing the night, ripping the chains, I'm ready to fight. Voice like a storm, crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found. I thought this was great. Fabulous job, Aaron. Thanks for sharing with us tonight.
Nice. Thank you, Gene. All right, John. How about you?
Haha, told you I was ready.
Jeez.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted typing comments. Am I the only one who thinks that this sound that the SoundCloud, the music that Panther sent this to sounded like Evanescence? Did anybody else get an Evanescence vibe?
I can't say I couldn't place anything with it, but then again, I'm not familiar with Evanescence.
Oh.
So that could be the answer to that. You could be right on the money. I wouldn't know.
All right. Amy Lee, anyway.
Yeah, right.
Just had this, as I was typing and listening kind of in one ear, it just sounded like Amy Lee, like Evanescence. But I love the idea here that silence is kind of like what keeps us in chains, or keeps us locked away like a prison, and I think that applies to a lot of things that we become prisoners of because we don't speak about them. And I loved the SoundCloud. It really kind of fit that whole idea. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but maybe the lyrics are also reminding me of Evanescence. But the idea that you can break free from these self-imposed prisons of silence, I think is just such a really strong metaphor, but also a really strong idea. When I first read it, I guess I was I really liked the bridge, the climbing the wreckage to breathe the air, fists clenched tight, I'm almost there. That whole bridge was just really good, and I mean, I would buy a CD of like 12 copies of this song. It's really good. I love it, Aaron. Fantastic job, mate.
Nice. Thank you, John. Yes. Well, again, you guys hit the bite on that note of dispensing with the fear and actually giving voice to yourself. Why? Because it is needed. You can't stay silent forever, and until then, you don't really have a voice worth speaking of because of the fear. So it is that note of getting over your fear and actually giving voice to what you believe in, what you love, and what means something to you. And you can't do that when you sit in silence. So that first step is always the strongest. That note of where was it? Ready to fight. Voice like a storm crashing the sound, breaking the silence till I am found. So almost like a resolution to oneself too. You got to beat that drum inside until you make that step, and before you know it, everything comes in copacetic waves of reality. Where, oh, damn, this wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be in the first place.
There you go. Yep. Break them chains. Go free. See, you said I was kidding about my voice. It's hard on me, all this music and song I have to do. Yes.
Well, you got to remember that vinegar and the honey and the gargle.
Well, I can't do that in the middle of the show. Y'all be hearing me gargling. Duh. Anyway, listen, we have 6 minutes left, but
Yes.
that means we have to race through something, and I don't want to do that. I have 3 carryovers for next week. One is Gary Rubin, one is by Pam Ray, and one is by Loriant Montagnier. So we'll put those at the top of the list for next Friday. Only because by the time we get done reading it and then start commenting, then we'll be, we don't have that time limit, do we?
No.
I keep forgetting that. We have had that time limit forever.
Yep.
Yes. Well,
Force a habit.
We should do another Laurent. We should do the other Laurent.
Oh, Loriant? No, I'm going to do Pam Ray.
Oh.
I'll do Frank after. I have an audio for Frank. So, I can, or all depends on how long we all want to hang around. But this is called "Stone Skipped Across Mirrors and Moss" by Pam Ray. Caught in the breath of coral abyss, time and space becoming a separation of man and nature. Serpent souls poisoning the roots of trees, toadstools tantalizing the tormented mind. Wide eyed wonderland becomes an explosion of violets and copper fields, covering sour flesh with a taste of grape, stomped beneath the dance of disillusioned drones. Crystal chandeliers in corridors of context, carried away to caustic clouds. Mossman mechanisms folding into an awareness that escaped from skyscrapers and landed on roads paved with neon chalk, outlines of oracles that could not predict the end. The truce of dust swallowed has become the soft landing, converted into the salmonella of chainsaw blades, carving the core of uncontested mudhuggers, skipping the stones across the mirror and the moss. End poem.
Great read, Gene. Thank you very much. John, you want to kick us off?
Nope. I'm commenting.
Nope. I'm not doing it twice, John. I read the poem fair and square.
I guess I go.
There you go.
It's funny because some of the language in this has me thinking of a very different angle, but it kind of walks on that note too. The thought of wide-eyed wonderland becomes an explosion of violets and copper fields, covering sour flesh with the taste of grape, stomped beneath the dance of disillusioned drones. And what else was there? The truth of dust swallowed has become the soft landing, converted into salmonella and chainsaw blades, carving the core of uncontested mudhuggers, skipping the stones across the mirror and the moss. Now that note started me with Wonderland and the Wonderland murders back in late 70s, early 80s in LA. That note of cocaine, drugs, dealing, and all the underlying mishmash of the back end of Hollywood's weirdest and nastiest imaginings. And that's where I went. How about you, Gene?
Oh my God. I don't know where I went. Every stanza was someplace else. But it was a wonderful piece. I wrote a wonderful piece penned, intriguing take on the prompt. Because I looked at that image and I'm going, huh. And where, pray tell, did she come up with the rest of this? I did laugh. It's nothing against Pam. It's just a very, it's a creative and clever write, I have to say. She's got a lot of strong stanzas in here, wonderful imagery. Maybe not wonderful is the right word. When I got to the chainsaw, I started to get a little nervous on where we were going from there. I think she had a great use of alliteration in it throughout. Bits here and bits there, just enough to keep it rolling. And I thought it was very well done. So, Pam, great piece, nice job.
All right, second, Gene. John, how about you?
All right. Well, I just love. I guess I'm not really sure where it comes from in the painting, but I love all of the nature in this. So the first stanza is coral. The second stanza is humankind and nature. The third is serpents. The fourth is violets. The fifth is grapes. The next it just goes all the way through to the end. And so I love that natural thread that just kind of goes stanza by stanza through this. I did find it interesting that the next to the last stanza was salmonella.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wait, salmonella, wait, what happened? But I love that natural threading all the way through. And along with it comes a lot of, I think, nice imagery because, it's not just a serpent in the second stanza. It's, it's poisoning the roots of trees. and there's toadstools around that are, you know, tormenting, tantalizing the tormented mind. So each of the stanzas kind of comes with a nice little image that goes with it. So it just seemed to me to be like a sequence of these naturalistic images from start to finish. So it's a really, really nice write, Pam. Loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree, bub. Where'd Rex go?
I don't know.
Why are you so quiet, Rex?
He's not normally quiet.
He's not normal either. Did I say that? I was only kidding, Rex. I don't know where he's at. He's showing that he's here. It's showing that he's not muted either. Oh, good heavens to Betsy. Oh. Well, Rex, how am I supposed to get your opinion? Oh, wait, he left and came back. Now cut it out, Rex. You're supposed to see if I'm paying attention or what?
I didn't leave and come back. I got bounced and came back.
Oh, you got bounced?
Yeah.
You got flagged. That's what it was. Okay. Is it your comment? No, you went first.
No, I went first, yes.
And I
went
second.
with the Wonderland thing.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Third base.
Yeah, see? Okay, well, should we do another one?
Sure.
Okay, well, let's do Frank's then. Okay, here we go. This one is called Opera Ghost by Lorianne Montagnier. Now, let me put it in the groups. So
no, wait, is Lorianne still here?
No, Laurent left. Laurent and Lorianne are two different people.
Sorry. This is
okay.
I misread the name. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. We won't beat you or anything. We're not like that. Okay. So here we go. Let me hit the button. Oh, don't mind me. It's like 12 o'clock. You know, I'm silly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Here goes.
Amidst the surreptitious shade of the recesses of hollow walls of a gloom, resides the wretch with the malefaction from a peculiar depravity, marked of his doom. A haunting mask disguises the latent scars bore from a delure of his disfigured guise. The midnight glow radiating from the penetrating stare of the pallor of his ghostly eyes. His mysterious shadow roams the dreary corridors of the Parisian opera house. Behind the Tyrian draperies where the footfalls are heard from the celeritas mouse, and the eerie sounds of an organ play the melancholic chords of his dripping devotion. The orchestral voices tenfold accompanying always his maddening obsession. The nocturnal spirits awakened by diapasons from the musical fingers of his seductive passion, and his captivating notes born for the sober embrace of a gentle compassion. A condemned prisoner thus forsaken to her unrequited love and ethereal beauty. For he is an erotic admirer, enticed with the Elizabeth spell of her exotic purity. She had masked the macabre horror and suffering of his lingering soul discovered. His nose with its sunken-eyed face resembled a horrifying skull of terror uncovered. He is the composer of the somber voice of solitary anguish and deep despair. The dreaded opera ghost, exiled to the susurrations of the darkest nightmare.
Great read, Frank. Thank you for the SoundCloud. Very much appreciated. All right, Gingy.
Oh, I got thrown under the bus last time, I think. Oh, no, you did.
No, I went
Never
last time.
mind, never mind, never mind.
I'll go first.
I stand corrected.
I'll go first. I'm happy to.
Look at this. Jojo, you're winning points with me, man.
Go ahead, John.
Okay, first of all, I hope I live long enough to read one of Lorient's poems and not have to look words up. And this is, yeah, I mean, it's just never going to happen.
Nope.
I mean, susurrations. I mean, I felt like I was doing really, really well, and then I get down to literally the next to last line, and I'm like, what the hell are susurrations? So apparently it's kind of a breathy, raspy kind of a voice. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of like soft whispers.
Yeah,
gives you a creepy feeling.
Yeah, that creepy kind of whispering feeling. Yeah. But I didn't know that until I looked it up. So Lorient always pushes me beyond my vocabulary breaking point. And so I do feel like a lot of poets who use what's the word, less known words, they can often suffer people tuning out, but for me it's the exact opposite. I just love that I'm always learning new words when I'm reading Lorient's poems. The other thing is, words aside, Lorient also always fully 110% commits to the vibe, the mood. In this case, the Gothic Phantom of the Opera kind of combination here, and I think it's rare to ever see him slip out of form in a poem, and he didn't slip out of this at all. I think the choice of sort of the Phantom of the Opera as sort of the motivation here is fantastic. Those of us who have seen Phantom, in the theater, if you have that substrate, that context brings in the creepiness full on from the very beginning. So it's easier to tell a story that way. And I think what Lorient does is he then focuses on the writing and the wording and the mood and the vibe and all of that, the atmosphere, to just take it to the next level. So I think I love this, the way that he just plays with these ideas and techniques and craft in his poems. This is really fun, especially for Phantom fans.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, it's your
I am
turn.
here. I am here. Well, I think Frank did a great job with this. There's wonderful imagery and a nice retelling of the story. As always, his audio was excellent. And I picked it up here. She unmasked the macabre horror of the suffering and lingering soul discovered. Of his lingering soul discovered. His noseless, sunken-eyed face resemblant a horrifying skull of terror uncovered. He is the composer of the somber voice of solitary anguish and deep despair. The dreaded opera ghost exiled to the susurrations of the darkest nightmare. Yeah, they were great lines. But as always, Frank has a great way with the darker reads. He's great at his dark reads and his sensual reads. Anything else he sets his mind to.
Yeah.
But a great audio and much enjoyed. Thank you, Frank. That's what happens when you're a voice actor.
Nice.
Oh, is that what he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's, yeah.
I might have known that and forgotten it. I do that, but That
Well,
explains a lot, I think, actually.
Right. When you read his work and then you hear someone say that, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I can see that now. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
All right. I guess this right in the center kind of set me as to where he was dripping into the angle of reality where you know where he's going. His mysterious shadow roams the dreary corridors of the Parisian Opera House, behind the Tyrian draperies where the footfalls are heard from a celeritas mouse, and the eerie sounds of an organ play the melancholic chords of dripping devotion. The orchestral voices tenfold, accompanying always his maddening obsession. You get that reality of where he's going and what the ghost is. So, yeah, and even drops that clip in the back end, giving you a bite that's, ooh, take a peek and look at what you see. A
Right.
phantom.
Absolutely. Well, do we finish the board? We only have one left.
Yep.
Do it.
Okay. Let me
Do
put
it.
it up. Well, Rex, I'm going to come to you for the read, and I'm going to have to step
Okay.
away for a second. But this piece is called "Sickened by a Lack of Respect" by Gary Rubin. So whenever
Okay.
you are ready.
All right. Sickened by a Lack of Respect by Gary Rubin. The muted gray sunrise limps through blurred cloudy skies like a rigid, arthritic old man who shuffles to his mailbox, hoping to find an emaciated, thin Social Security check. Inside his home are bare cupboards and prescription meds unfilled. All the loose change that fell like rain between couch cushions evaporated into a parched, drought-stricken landscape. Every piece of scrap metal has been sold off. Robber barons have stolen everything but his dignity. He is a junk car stripped of its parts, the remaining shell propped up on cylinder blocks. With his government check in hand, he walks the town center. It's a battle of baton, death march. There aren't enough bank tellers. Nearly spent, he stands in a long line while VIP business customers are hustled through. People offer People offer hollow praise, thanking old soldiers for their service. The last remaining member of the greatest generation left to die, trampled by the democracy that forgot about him and the callously blind throngs who rush by. End poem. All right. John, what do you think?
I don't know, but when I got to the end, I felt a little pissed off. Like I think that this is a strong, is it political right or social right, or both? All of the above. I'm not sure. The idea of the soldier basically living, being destitute, bare cupboards, prescription meds unfilled, and all the loose change that fell like rain between couch cushions evaporated. So I think he does just a fantastic job of sort of setting all of that up. He is a junk car stripped of its parts is a fantastic line that I think brilliantly sums up the pre-Volta, the first two stanzas. And then he gets his government check, and it's the Baton Death March, and long lines at the bank and the whole bit, and so even the check doesn't really fix anything because he's just basically left with a check in a society that shuns him or doesn't value him, and so the check doesn't really fix anything, and nobody sees him. I think it's a strong right. It kind of maybe with the imagery, the colors, he's talking about maybe after the Civil War, but the Baton Death March kind of, maybe he's talking about World War II vets, but he could actually be talking about vets of any sort, of any generation in the United States anyway. It definitely has strong vibes of the Vietnam vets who returned and were shunned. So I think that's a really strong great storyline too.
Nice, thank you, John. You're right. He does right on that note, because he does hit on the last living member of the greatest generation left to die, as well as the Baton March. So he is talking from that note of his generation and what came afterward. Because if it wasn't his generation, nothing after that would matter, because it wouldn't be there.
Right.
So, but it also draws on the note of all soldiers, how they're treated later in life, as if they don't have anything left to offer except what they already gave, and they're just broken old men who deserve no sympathy, no thought to dignity or honor, which is how a lot of soldiers feel coming back, because they're kind of pushed to the wayside, shuffled into this hospital or to this office for PTSD and everything else down the line, without getting their due diligence of what is coming to them. So it walks on a very same note of, as you put it, all soldiers. But it does hit on that idea of, yeah, this age and this life wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for my generation. And you guys treat me like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe the All Soldiers was really just saying that, this is a story that goes, this is a song that never ends. It's just like all soldiers for all time.
Yeah. Gingini, you back?
I am back. I am.
Just in time.
I am. Actually, I've been here. I was writing my comment.
Convenient.
I had to, because I had to read the whole thing and everything else. When I started reading this, I thought to myself, yeah, how many of people on Social Security are living, check to check, and that's exactly what I got out of the first stanza. The muted gray sunrise limps through blurred, cloudy skies, like a rigid, arthritic old man who shuffles to his mailbox, hoping to find an emaciated, thin Social Security check inside his home, or bare cupboards and prescription meds unfilled. Sadly, that's a reality in this world today. Well, in this country today. I'm not going to speak for the whole world. And then loose change that fell like rain between couch cushions is gone. That's already been scrounged up and spent. And then he refers to him as a junk car stripped of its parts, the remaining shell propped up on cinder blocks. It's a rough time, and he's getting older, and he's, not quite as, just not as shiny and new as he used to be, But then he goes into town, to get his check cashed. And, it's a journey in itself on him, and it's a toll. But there aren't enough bank tellers, nearly spent. He stands in a long line while very important business people are hustled through. So there's a lack of respect, he's nailed this, right? People offer hollow praise, thanking old soldiers for their service. This last remaining member of the greatest generation left to die, trampled by the democracy that forgot about him and the callously blind throngs who rushed by. This is definitely about, I think, the multitudes. Even though he brings up soldiers in the end, it doesn't matter how many times you praise an old soldier. Take care of them. You know what I'm saying? I think that this points in a few different directions. And only till you get to the end do you even think of a veteran, And I think that it still hits home, and I think it hits all the right marks, and it was very well done by Gary. So great job, Gary Rubin, and thank you so much for sharing with us. I think you did a great job with this. Very well done. Very
nice.
well.
There you go, Gene. Back to back. We got it done.
We did. That's because we have extra time now, Rex. Let's not fool around with it. We got 20
Hey,
extra minutes
well,
tonight.
that is unusual because we've been pressed for,
A
gotta
year.
get it off here, cut it off here. Without
Yep.
warning, we're gone.
Honest to God, you know. But yeah. I mean, it's nice that we don't have to race through everything, you know, and we do have the option to finish the board, you know. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Jojo, it was great to have you join us. Aaron, thanks for hanging on the boards. Stanza Hero, thanks for joining in. It's great to see you. And then good night, Melinda. And yes, it was just a wonderful night of poetry, really. You know, hopefully we'll have another great big board for next week, and we can kind of do it all over again. So I'll have that board up tonight. I have to do it right after the show because I don't have any carryovers. That's usually what. That's usually what prompts me to do the next board. When we finish a board, I'm like, oh, I forgot. And then Thursday, I put the board up. Yeah, you know. But anyway, I hope everyone has a good night. Jojo, take care of yourself. Rex, thank you as always, for being my co-host. You're always much appreciated. I think, but I'm not sure. I think tomorrow night is Gray's show. So join us at 10 o'clock for Bad Company. And Gray and I will be there. You know, good Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise. And, and Rex, I guess I'll talk to you sometime tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, and we'll figure out our stuff. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're going to do it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever let not knowing what you're doing stop you.
I never have, not in 63 years, Joe. Not in 63 years. Just keep on going.
Fake it till you make it.
That's right. That's exactly right. No. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great night and have a good weekend. If I don't see you before it's over.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, gang.
Good night, everybody. What a job. Oh my God.
Do, 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 do.